Hello everyone, it's Michaela back with another speed build. Welcome back to my channel and hello if you're new. So today I am kind of going back to just like my regular like family houses. This one I wanted to make like a smaller one. So this is 3 bedrooms. Yeah, 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. And I imagined this house would be kind of for like a starter family, so not a starter home. I can't remember just how expensive it is, but it's probably really expensive because, again, I put in way too much detail in it. But I did imagine that a married couple probably lives here, and I did make the 2 other bedrooms for their children, one for a toddler, and then I made a nursery because I imagined that when they moved in here, maybe the wife was pregnant and about to have their second child. But yeah, and of course, like always, I struggle with the floor plan and the roofing not so much. It didn't end up being too bad in this house, which is quite surprising because I have a tendency to struggle with that. But I did end up cutting out most of the footage of me working on the floor plan just because there was so much of me like trying things out and then deleting it and then trying something else out and then deleting that, and it was just kind of a mess. And then I do have a garage in here which I'm working on now. I think pretty much for every one of my garages I'm going to use the terrain paint for like the driveway. Yeah, that's the word. Just because it's so much easier, because I do try to have it on a hill with the terrain manipulation tools and whatnot, and I don't know, it's just easier. And then my favorite windows of like all time are probably the cat and dogs ones. So I do use these here. I do have a tendency to use that in a lot of my builds, but like I said, I'm like completely in love with it. And I do have a fireplace over here. Like, I don't know, I just have a thing for like fireplaces, I guess, which, I don't think I've ever like had a real fireplace, but I did have a friend in high school, one of my best friends. She had a fireplace in her house, like a real one too. So every time I would go over, she would always be the one that would have to like redo it or whatever, and with like all the firewood and stuff and whatnot. But anyways, now I'm just working on the inside. I'm sorry that I had to cut out the floor plan in this, but it was just a struggle, guys. But I do end up liking how it turned out. This house does have a dining room as well as like a little breakfast nook area. A living room, which is pretty decently sized for the size of the family. And then I do like how the kitchen turned out too. I didn't really notice it until I started working on this house, but these counters from Parenthood are just like amazing. Like when I first got the Parenthood pack, I didn't really like it because I didn't like the top of the counters, but now I just use it all the time, and yeah, they're just like my favorite. And so yeah, I kind of go with this brown, like in brown color with like the black top for the counters, which I really liked. And then I also go with like a backsplash behind like the counters and whatnot, which I really, really like that in houses. Like every time my cousin talks about like different houses that she's like working on and whatnot, she always talks about that. So now I just do that all the time. And then I'm in love with that circular table from Laundry Day. We also got a new circular bigger table in the free update, so that's super exciting too. And then for the walls, at first I was going to go with like a whiter type of color to match the top, like behind the counter space, so it has a block splash, and then if you look at the very top, it's like a whiter color. So first I was going to match that, but then I was like, no, I'm going to go with something a little bit more crazy. I mean, not that green is really that crazy. But yeah, and then I actually put a microwave in this build, which I have been kind of not doing too much lately. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I lived like so long without having a microwave, and by so long I mean like 6 months without having a microwave. But yeah, so I put one in there, and then I move on to the living room area. I absolutely love like these little nook couches, or I don't even know what to call them, but I haven't been putting them in my builds lately. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it in here, and you know what, I need it in my future house one day. And then I think this is one of my favorite fireplaces. I definitely like this one, and I also like the one that comes with cats and dogs that has like the mirror at the top of it. I'm gonna assume you guys know what I'm talking about. But I do also really like this one, and I decided to put the TV on there as well. And then I tried to have a variety of like seating area in here because since I did imagine a 4-person family, I just wanted to make sure that there was room for everyone. And there was no office that I put in here, which was also surprising because I do have a tendency to put offices in all of my builds because I just need one in my like all of my houses. So I just put the computer in the living room, but I do like how it turned out as well. And then in terms of the Sims that live here, I don't imagine that they would live here for like their entire lives. I imagine that they are very, very family oriented, and maybe the parents want to have like more and more kids. Like, I imagine that they would be the type of parents that would want to have like, I don't know, like 4, 5, 6 children, which I know people like that in real life. Like one of my other friends in high school, she's about to have her 3rd kid. And then there's another girl. I wouldn't say I was really friends with her because she was kind of mean to me a little bit, but I'm pretty sure she's on like her 4th or 5th kid, and she's younger than me. Like, I'm 23, she might be 22, maybe she just turned 23, but it's freaking crazy because I have no kids. I have a cat who's kind of like a kid. Like, she follows me into the bathroom and stuff like that. But, like, I cannot imagine having, like, multiple children right now. Especially if, like, how far I am in life, I guess. I mean, not that it's bad having kids or anything, but, like, I cannot go to college and have, like, a child at the same time. Like, that just would not work out for me. But that's just a personal thing. I'm just really bad at, like, multitasking, I guess. But anyway, so now I'm working on the laundry room. I do put 2 laundry baskets. I'm pretty sure I only put the laundry baskets in the laundry room just because it is quite easier. Because that way, whenever your sim like changes or whatever, the clothes will automatically go to the laundry baskets, which makes it a lot easier. So when your sim eventually does do laundry, then they can just go down there and it's all ready for them. You know, I wish that happened in real life too, but unfortunately, life is not The Sims. And then I do have like this formal dining room area, I guess. And I mean, there's not really much to it. I just kind of decorate it with some pictures and stuff. I imagine that the Sims that live here, they had just moved into here. So they're still like trying to figure out what they want to do and everything. And then I move on upstairs. And first I move on to the nursery. And I do a color scheme of just green. Like, that's pretty much my only theme to this room. And then for the toddler's room, which I'll show a little bit later, I do use a lot of green in that room too, which I did not intend to do at first, but you'll see when I get to that room that I use like that jungle like leaf wallpaper and stuff. But I don't know, I am like absolutely in love with that toddler's room. I do like the nursery too, but I don't know, there's only so much you can do with a nursery, because it's like, yeah, I made this cool like changing table and stuff, but it's like Sims can't use it because it's not a real changing table, and babies are just objects in the game. And I really wish that they would incorporate some other stuff. Like, I really want to take my baby on like a walk with a stroller, or even just to have like a little carrier or something to bring like downstairs or anything, because it's like, okay, my baby's just going to be in its room for like what, the 3 days that it takes before it changes or ages up into a toddler. I don't know. But yeah, so then I put this little shelf up here, and I just put a variety of like toys and everything. So yeah, like I put that dinosaur. I think I put the vampire thing up there. And I just put a bunch of random stuff in there. And yeah, that's pretty much all I did for this room. And I also really enjoy these curtains from Cats and Dogs. I don't know, anything that has to do with animals I am absolutely in love with, basically. But yeah, and I just try to decorate it a little bit more to make it more like a nursery-like, I guess. And then over here is where I put the master bedroom. And then another thing about this build, I started building this after I bought myself Get Together, so I was really excited to use a lot of stuff from that pack, and I'm super excited about the like closets that we can make because it just adds so much more realism to it to have the closets like that, because in so many houses and apartments we do have closets like that. So yeah, and nothing too special about the master bedroom. It's pretty much, just any typical master bedroom. I mean, I feel like kids' rooms, especially, and toddlers' rooms, and even teenagers' room, they're so much more fun to like decorate and stuff because there's more themes and stuff you can go with versus like pretty much any master bedroom. There's not really a theme, maybe a color scheme, but that's pretty much it. It's just like adults are boring, I guess. As an adult, I can say that my life can be boring sometimes. And then I do use a brown wallpaper for this room just because, I don't know, I like the tone of the room, I guess. And then they do have an ensuite bathroom too, which I really like. And it is the only bathroom that I show in this video, but that's because, I mean, pretty much all bathrooms are the same, so I feel like I only like really need to show one. Plus, I was trying to cut down the footage by a lot because it was originally a really long video, and I didn't want to put up a 45-minute speed build. Of course, most of that was just me, like, being, like, I didn't know, like, how to do anything, like, I didn't know how to decorate anything, so it was quite a struggle for this. I'm just very indecisive. But yeah, and then in this bathroom, I do give them a bathtub as well as a shower. I just really like having bathtubs and like a separate bathtub to a shower. Even though it's not like super realistic because I've never had that. I've always had like the shower tub combo, but it's fine. This is what I want in real life, I guess. And I do like having the bathtub like close to a window as well, so that way you can take a bath, look outside, and it's just really nice. I don't know. And I do place this build in Windenburg, and so there's a lot of just like scenery outside, so it's not like people are gonna like look up and be like, there's someone taking a bath. I mean, I don't know if that happens in real life. I don't know. I would probably keep the curtains closed or something. But anyways, so now I'm moving on to the toddler's room, and it does have a lot of green in there too, which normally I would try to have a different color scheme for the kids' rooms. I guess for all rooms in general. But I don't know, I just saw this wallpaper and I was like, yeah, I need to use this. And then I actually I mentioned this in my last speed build, but I never put the Penguin TV in my room. So I was thinking about that and I was like, oh, I should put this in this room. Which I don't know if it's really the best idea to give your toddler a TV in its room. I mean, I say that, but I also had a TV in my room when I was a toddler. I mean, I'm assuming. I'm not. It's a little bit fuzzy in those years. But yeah, so I put it in here, and I do a lot of decoration in this room, which makes me really, really like it. Like, I put so much detail, I feel like, in here. Like, I put all these posters in the walls, and then I do put these shelves up there with just some, like, random stuff, like random toys and stuff. And I had to size them down and everything. And then I put some rugs on the ground, but they aren't, like, real rugs. They were, like, from Get Famous, like, one of the acting stuff, I guess, which I think you'll see a little bit. Yeah, so first I tried that green rug, but then I was like, wait, that's too much. So I put this one down. So there's like a lot going on in that room, but I do end up liking it. And then since there was a little small area upstairs, I decided just to put like that llama game table. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, I remember before I got The Sims myself, I'm playing it on a friend's computer. I remember having that llama game thing. And I don't know, I just figured it would be really nice to have in this house, especially since I do imagine that the family is very family oriented, so they would probably be the type of people that would have like a family game night or something, which I'm pretty sure my best friend from high school, her parents tried to have that a couple of times, if I remember correctly. I know I went there all the time, but yeah. And then I move on to the garage. I don't show all of my decorating of the shelves up here just because it's a lot. Like, I decorate all of these shelves with just like all this random stuff. And I imagine that maybe this family hasn't been fully moved in yet, so they just kind of stick some stuff in the garage. And they're like, yeah, I'll just deal with it later. And whether they actually deal with it or not, like, maybe if it were my mom, she just would not touch it for a very, very long time. But yeah, so I just tried to put as much stuff as I could, like you can see there. And I don't know, I just wanted to make it like look like a decent garage. And then I move on to the landscaping outside. So I looked at real like pictures of real houses in real life, and I was just trying to think of like, okay, how do these houses look in terms of their landscaping? So I go with just like landscaping on the outskirts of the fence and everything, which I do cut out most of that footage because it was a lot. And actually, it was making me really mad at first because I did not know what to do with it. And I think that's the first time I've ever like rage quit in The Sims, which I didn't really know that was possible to do because The Sims is so like fun and friendly and like you're happy, except when the landscaping doesn't go well, apparently. I mean, maybe there's another time I rage quit, but that was because I didn't realize that my sim had twins. I thought that the game just glitched, so I ended up naming the baby the same name. Because I was like, oh, it just glitched out. And apparently she had twins, and I got really mad that I couldn't edit her name in, like, Cass. And it was just really bugging me that the babies were both the same name. So then I just quit without saving. But yeah, so I'm just working on the backyard now. I might just put like that pool and then also a sprinkler. And then I also really enjoy having swing sets. Just because I feel like that's like a prime thing in childhood. I don't know. I never had one, but one of my middle school friends had one in her house and I really liked it. But yeah, and then I just put a couple more things, and then I move on to the landscaping in the front yard. I also put that little basketball court hoop thing next to the garage, just because I feel like that's such a nice thing to have, like, when you have a house with a garage. Like, I remember just, like, going by houses, and I always see that. But yeah, so that's about the end of the speed build. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave me any comments that you would like. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!